I bring greetings, my people, anywhere you're watching from, anywhere you are seeing us from. I greet you in the name of God Almighty. Thank you for being part of this program this day. We continue, we are moving non-stop. Um, when you remember that our song, that our artist that sang Idepe Miyo Gaga, Idepe Miyo Gaga. You see, at this time, in a time like this, at this present time, each time you should be asking yourself, where really are you belonging? Or where do you belong really in a time like this? Which part are you in? Which part are you? Are you in the part of I don't know. Where really do you belong now? Where do you really belong now? Are you belonging to the part of I can't tell. Where do you belong? By now, by now, in a time like this, if you don't know where you belong, I am very, 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 very sorry for you. Because in a time like this, you must belong somewhere. You must belong to somewhere. And that place is where do you belong to now? Are you part of those five? I used to tell people that instead of you staying on me, I don't want to be, let me just tell my own, no, 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 no. No, you will rather fight against the coming of Biafra than not to belong to Biafra, not to fight for the coming of Biafra, not to be part of those waiting for Biafra to come. No, I will advise you to either be in or be out. Very simple. Either you are here or you are there. Don't say, no, me, I don't want to be anywhere. No, you must be here or you be there. As I talk, na so it be. So you must choose where you want to belong to. And the moment and the time is now. Now, I greet every one of us as you are joining me. You are welcome this wonderful morning, wonderful evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location. Thank you for coming. Um, when you see things happening, you will begin to wonder, where are these people that we are saying no over my dead body over? Where are they today? They are nowhere to be seen, found, locate. They don't do their protest finish, Abi. I believe by now the protest is over. They have finished. I think by now the 10 days is gone. Am I right? They didn't come out with anything. Rather, they have gone out to get themselves murdered by the people that were supposed to be protecting them. Fela said, when Nigeria is involved, their security operatives are involved. They only know how to come out and leave their trademark. And what is this their trademark? Sorrows, tears, blood. That is the only thing they know how to do. Tears, sorrows, and blood. That is what they know how to do. I am surprised that people are not getting the message. People are still waiting for good Nigeria to come out anywhere from somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. My people are perishing for lack of knowledge. That is what the Bible said. Not me, oh, not me. I'm not the one that said it. It's God Almighty that said it. People refuse to heed to wisdom. We call them to listen to the voice of reasoning, voice of wisdom. They refuse. The confused country with the confused leaders, the same Senate that will go sit down from morning till night to debate how to murder their people, how to imprison their people, how to catch somebody in the north as a terrorist and forgive them, how to catch somebody in Yoruba land as a kidnapper and they sentence them to death or life imprisonment. How to catch somebody in River State as a kidnapper or as a thief and sentence them to death or life imprisonment. But when they catch a Funani as a terrorist, as a Mayetiala, as a jihadist, as Sunnis, as a Boko Haramist, as whatever ISWAP ISIS, they will be pardoned and they will be given privileges and opportunity to embrace peace and become even the president of Nigeria. And the people are not seeing anything wrong with it. The Senate that we go to house and sit from morning to night to deliberate that if you say Nigeria is bad, the country is not favoring me, they will jail you for 25 years. If you say this national anthem, I don't like it, you'll be jailed for 15 years. This is a country for you. A country that has forgiven somebody that is a drug lord, drug bandit, fraudster, cybercrime, engaged in human trafficking, organ trafficking. He has been forgiven. Abakiare, go free because he's from a side and you are there believing Nigeria belongs to you. Una don't go do una protest finish. Wetin una come up with? Nothing. I said it. You will end for no reason. And many people have died. Many people died. Where are they? What did they die for? Nothing. You see why I say that don't die for nothing, die for something. It will be better for you to die for something. Don't die for nothing. How can you die for nothing? Why would you die for nothing? At least die for something. But I am surprised that in Nigeria today, people will choose to die for nothing. Nothing at all, at all. You just come out to get shot and die for police. Maximum police or army will come and reward your parents for 300,000 naira. That is what they say. And they talk to the man, he said, they gave me money to buy coffee. They give me money to buy rice. When did that mean start giving you money to buy rice? They have paid you for your son they killed. People that refuse to understand that Nigeria is not for them but against them, I don't know where to put them. I don't know how to qualify them. In Nigeria today, we get a senator who have confirmed and tell you that they pay me 21 million naira monthly. I've not gone into the details. But before we go there, I want you to listen and hear something before you hear the main news. I want you to listen. Hmm? Listen to this news. Um, you look at my screen now. Put you like this. Okay, now we move.
Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission has been responding to former President Olusegun Obasanjo's claim that the National Assembly members appropriate their own remuneration. The chairman of the commission, that Shehu Mohammed, explains that under the Act, a House of Representatives member earns a monthly basic salary of 165,434 naira and a monthly allowance.
Are you getting it? 165,434 naira. Basic salary. Monthly allowance 628,650, mounting to 800,000 naira. We move. Listen, oh.
Allowance of 628,652 naira. And for senators, the act prescribes a monthly basic salary of 168,000 naira, or 168,866 naira, and a total monthly allowance of 894,994 naira. However, he says the legislators may have additional allowances from the National Assembly.
President Olusegun Obasanjo has been making categorical statements and comments about the senators appropriating emoluments and remuneration for themselves, and is saying that this is mostly uncharitable. How do you respond to this?
A senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria earns 12,766,320 naira, which translates into 1.063 million naira monthly. That's what the law is.
But the president has also made another categorical statement. He said each member of the National Assembly collected 200 million naira each. Where did that emanate from?
Well, they collected it from who? It's not within the law. It's absolutely not within the law, as far as we are concerned. You know, Senator Shehu Sani one time alleged that a member of House of Reps earned about 13 point something million, and senator earned about 20 million. So let the pressmen and Nigerians ask them, where did you get that? Which law empowers you to appropriate that amount of money to yourselves?
No, are you saying that what the former president said is not true?
I'm not saying what he said is not true, but I'm telling you what is in the law, what we did, what is in existence.
Are you not bothered that this allegation is coming from a former president who is expected to have his facts and is not expected to make a flippant statement about the remuneration of the National Assembly lawmakers?
Well, as a Nigerian and as a public official, of course, anytime such serious allegation is made, you have to be bothered. What the law says is this, what is happening is this. I have explained previously, I have said in other societies, senators and members of House of Representatives, once they get elected, they get their salaries and allowances, but anything that concerns their constituency, the people they hire, the people they employ as workers in their various constituencies are not handled by that respective senator or member of House of Representatives.
Now, the Senate is saying that the former president should go and provide evidence. Is it the responsibility of the former president to provide evidence on this allegation, or the burden rests on the Senate to clear themselves because they are under the principle of transparency to the public and accountability to the public?
Well, I think you should direct this question to the senators, and particularly to Senator Shehu Sani, who one time said...
The law provides you with the statutory mandate of fixing the remunerations and allowances of the lawmakers of the National Assembly.
And we have. Go and check.
So what you are saying is that you have investigated and there is no such claim as a 200 million naira each for senators.
I have not investigated anything. You know, this is something that You see it in the newspapers that somebody alleges that they get this amount, that amount. Every time online, you see different figures. Even my friends, they send some of this information to me that a senator earns this, he earns that, but may not necessarily be the truth. As far as I know, as far as the commission.
Do you see Nigeria for you? Obasanjo came out, told you this is what is happening. These people in the name of senators are going home with billions of naira at the end of every month. And you, as whatever you are, is saying it's not true, it's not in the law. I think it's in the revenue allocation or revenue, whatever he is. Now, as if that is, he keep defending that it is not true, anybody can write. But the senators themselves have come out on several occasions to admit, yes, this is the money we get, even though they are telling you that this 20 million over is not even enough for them. Are you getting the message? We see audios of Okalo telling you that the money is not even enough. They have responsibilities. We see even Abari Beska said so. Even many of them northerners, they said that the money paid to them is big, but now so the bigger problem come carry the money. Obasanjo come out and they said this and they said Obasanjo is a confused man. Look at him. Have you investigated to find out that these senators are going home with this money? He said no. Where are they getting the money from? Nigeria money is empty. Nigeria bag is empty. And what these foolish, empty brain Nigerians don't even know is that you are crying for hunger while Nigerian government is borrowing loans to pay these people 25 million, 21 million naira per person. You are crying for salary of 60,000 naira, which you are not being paid. And the people are going home with 20 million naira monthly. 20 million naira monthly. And you are sitting down. You've gone to protest. You see, I pity these people that protest. The past, you see, Yoruba people, when I think say your problem na Igbo must go. Come and project you have finished your, what do you call it? End the hunger government. End the bad hunger. Bad days. You finish with it. Come and start Igbo must go project. I've never seen people that are so confused, myotic, empty, achilles, lazy, greedy people like you people. You will not sit down to reason. Somebody will sit down to reason, and you come here, you brag. Igbo must go. When somebody is going home with 21 million naira, I will show you the proof. I just want you to hear how he is defending these facts. People are not protesting that their senators are stealing their money. People are not protesting that they don't get salary. They pay you 70,000 chicken naira change, $30, or even less than $30 a month. Your senators are going home with 20 million naira a month. You are going home with 70,000 naira a month. And you are going to protest for hunger. Why don't you protest? Like Father Mbaka said once, all of you are civil servants. Why should some people be going home with millions, 20, not 1 million, not 2 million naira, 20 something million, and you are protesting for hunger? Are you okay? Are you okay? You think Simon Ekpa is your problem. You think Nnamdi Kanu is your problem. You think sit at home is your problem. Is it sit at home that is taking away your money? Is it sit at home that is giving them 20 something million naira? People, fella say, doctor wey no do e work na kpako, na kpako. Protesters wey no know their problem na kpako, dem be kpako. You are protesting visionless, missionless people. At least if you must protest and get shot to die in Nigeria, protest for something. Protest that these Fulanese in your land, Yoruba land, protest that the Fulanese should stop killing you people. Every day they don't know for they go use knife to tell no for and yet you are protesting for hunger. They murder you in numbers every day, and your problem is hunger. Hunger. Your problem is hunger. I pity una. But Mali say, I pity those that can't see from standing.
Is concerned, this is what is in the law. This is what I believe the government is paying the senators and members of House of Representatives.
The Nigerian government has reiterated its commitment to constructing the Badagry to Sokoto superhighway. The minister,
I believe it is clear. If you don't get it, you miss it. If you don't get it, you lose it. My people, Bible say perish for lack of knowledge. That is what the Bible said. And who is saying it from the Bible? God Almighty is saying it. Not to me, oh. Hey, not to me, oh. You see, when we tell you that Nigeria is not your own, not for you, will never be for you, you will not understand. You will not understand. Tony, before we go to finish this, I want you to see Tony Elumelu crying that he wanted to do what and they say what, and they refuse him. They did not give him oil. They did not give him oil well. Blah 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 blah. It will not save you. And you are not realizing that they did not give you because you are a Biafran. Not because not because their location is not there, but because you are a Biafran. You don't understand it. Okay, I thank God I find it here. It's in this news. So we will listen to that. But before that, let us continue to see. I will show you something now to tell you that I don't come to make empty or lies or create lies just to paint Nigeria black. I only give you the news the way it is. I give you the news the way it is. And the news is that Nigeria is not your own. I want you to see this news immediately. I get 21 million naira monthly. I believe you can see it very clearly. I get 21 million naira monthly as take home canon lawmaker. Now, if it is true that Nigeria don't know where he's getting the money, they don't know where they are getting the money from, they are stealing it. What stops you as EFCC where you be to call this man for interrogation since you get this money in from Nigeria as a take home? Where are you getting the money from? By the way, this is today's newspaper. I'm not giving you old news. Just say it's old news. I don't want to bring the old ones to tell you. You may say it's old news. Now listen, listen. The lawmaker representing Kano South, Senator Zulemaila Kawu, has revealed that he earned over 21 million naira monthly as a total take-home package. This total take-home package, I am not understanding if this is a salary or more than salary or inclusive. Well, let me just read more before we go to the other side of it. I just want you to be seeing what I'm reading. That's why I'm trying to enlarge it. This revelation is coming barely. This revelation, okay, you can see it now. Good. This revelation is coming barely 24 hours after the Revenue Mobilization Allocation Fiscal Commission said that each of the 109 senators in the upper chamber received a total of 1.6 million naira in salary and allowances per month. So, as I showed you earlier, they said, as I told you earlier, the Commissioner for Revenue Allocation Mobilization told you is 1 million naira a month that they get. Why they are telling you that this man is lying, that we are being paid, we go home with over 21 million naira monthly. And the man, empty brain man, is sitting down here to tell you that I have not investigated, I don't know. Each time you ask them, they don't investigate, they don't know what they are good at. Is sign, go and murder anybody that is calling for freedom from Biafra land. That is where you see them. They will come out to fight you because you want to be free from this kind of corruption, from this kind of evil, manipulative powers, corruptive oppressors. Now, the Revenue Management Association or whatever, Chairman Muhammad Shehu said this as a form of clarification in response to recent controversies over the real amount each lawmaker earned per month. Based on Shehu's disclosure, it would mean each lawmaker earned 12 million naira in 12 months. That is 12 million naira a year. And the federal government makes a total expenditure of 1.4 billion annually for all senators. That is when you see them, they tell you it's 1.4 million, but it's 140 million. Now, a breakdown of their monthly earning revealed that each senator collects a monthly salary and allowance of 1,63,860, consisting of a basic salary 168,000 naira, 800 naira, motor vehicle fueling. Are you getting the message? That is this is just their allowance, their salary. This one, 1 million is their salary. This 1 million, in 1 million, listen, people are crying for what do you call it? Your salary. These people that are calling you, if you talk Igbo, if you do this, you die, you do this. You as a teacher is getting 70,000 naira. Why these senators, they tell you for their vehicle, fueling and maintenance is 168,866 naira 70 kobo per month. Why you get only that's 168 is extra. You don't even earn up to 80,000 naira. Now, failing and maintenance allowance, 126,000 naira, 650, and the personal assistance of 42,000. That's they get 42,000 naira for their personal assistance. 42,200 for the other includes domestic staff, 126,000 naira, 650, entertainment, 50,600, utility, 50,600, newspaper periodical, 25,000, wardrobe allowance, 42,000, maintenance, house maintenance, 8,400. Mm-mm. 844,000. Hold on, oh, hold on. Others include their staff is 126,000 naira, 650, 126,650 naira. House domestic staff that they pay less than 50,000 naira. Listen, now, and their entertainment is 50,660 naira per month. Utility is 50,660 naira per month. Newspaper period, that's their newspaper allowance, is 25,330 naira per month. Just to read newspaper that I am reading now, free. Then their wardrobe allowance is 42,216,000 naira a month. Maintenance and hold on. Maintenance, okay, maintenance is 8,444 naira per month. 8,444, 8,444,300 naira a month. And the constituency allowance 4 million. 4 million? No, 422,166 naira. Shehu, in the statement, this is what this man, a senator, have come to explain. This is what the senator have come to explain to people that refuse to understand that Nigeria does not belong to them. Nigeria belongs to some set of people which you refuse to accept as a reality. And you think you get them for brain? Thank God for Prime Minister, my brother, and also thank you. Now, hold on. I will show you one presentation so you will understand. Because if we dey talk we dey show you so you go dey understand where we dey go. Hold on. I want you to listen to this.
Afternoon, but let's look at the latest, freshest revelation coming from the camp of the Senate. Kano Senator, who was elected under the platform of the NNPP, in an interview with the BBC Hausa service this morning, has finally, we could say, he has lifted the lead on the controversy surrounding, or the secrecy surrounding, the amount that senators take home monthly, and he's revealed that it's about 21 million naira. There was a recent increase, but the main salary, according to the Revenue Commission and also according to the senators, is just about 600,000 to 1 million naira. He said they got a recent pay. It's been increased to 21 million naira. Is it because of how, can we say this is the reason why we haven't known the amount all of this while? Because it's something that would make people go, wow, why is that?
Choma, this revelation is quite revealing to the extent that, look, this is not the first time we are getting this kind of controversy. You recall that Sheikh Husani said something about how much I received in Senate, and he was shut down. He was shut out by his colleagues. So, but
Are you getting the message? When Sheikh Husani came out to make this clarification, this is how much I get. They shut him down. Why would you talk? I think Sheikh Husani was a former senator. This is former, not now. So, and as the days go, they increase. They shut Sheikh Husani down. They shut Sheikh Husani down. And there are recently senators have, I think in Dume said so many people said so, they were shut down. They said it's a lie. So in other words, they are telling you that these senators that are telling you they earn 20 million, 23 million, they are confused people. They don't know how much they earn. Even if it is Akpabio that they give money, he don't know the amount. He cannot pronounce the amount of money because the money too much. They paid money into his account. He was trying to pronounce the money. He could not pronounce the money. I'll find the video before we go. So let's go.
I have few takeaways from all of this. One, it tells me that the RAMFAC doesn't even know how much senators go home with. But I wouldn't also blame RAMFAC to the extent that we know that Senate has its own books.
But can't we say RAMFAC, that's the Revenue Commission, only knows the one it's involved in? Whatever else happens within the senators
Exactly.
that increases their take home by 20 million, they don't know about it.
Exactly. This is what we are saying. Should the Senate on its own award salaries and allowances to itself? It's against the RAMFAC law.
Is that to say that this is actually stamping what the former President Obasanjo said about that they fix their own salaries and allowances, for which there's been an outcry where they say they don't?
Obasanjo doesn't need to say it. We know it. It's been happening. The Senate, the National Assembly's account has been shrouded in opacity, very untransparent for a very long time. And my worry is that over time, we have tried to build a culture of political impunity. This is not the first time that is happening. And my worry and concern is that when societies are patterned along this line, it becomes difficult to change it. Choma, if you will permit me, I'll just go back. Between 1979 and 1983, when Shehu Shagari was the president, Shehu Shagari, in his autobiography, Beckoned to Serve, in a paragraph, he devoted one paragraph to the rot in the National Assembly. Shehu Shagari said he approved 3 million naira for legislators' quarters. Legislators on their own jacked it up to 21 million naira, a difference of 18 million naira. He said he discovered that senators were pocketing allowances of 2,488 that were non-existent. He said senators and members of the House of Reps had embarked on frivolous overseas travels just to go and understudy the presidential system without approval, and they collected all of those money and pocketed them. So if between 1979 and 1983, Shehu Shagari cried out to the impunity of the legislature. So it's not impunity that we are building. Choma, even now, I'm sure that this controversy is not about to end. When Sheikh Husani said, this is how much I earn, the Senate came out to say, no, this is not how much we receive. So I won't be surprised now, and I'll be surprised that anybody will be surprised that in a few days now, the Senate spokesman, like Elumelu, has already come out to say, no, this is not how much we receive. And he gave a breakdown. So two things are clear. RAMFAC doesn't know how much senators receive.
So is it actually their duty to know, apart from the one
they
that
should know,
to them as monthly salary, which comes from RAMFAC?
No, RAMFAC should know to the extent that what they give to senators should be senators' take home. The senators have no right to fix their own salaries. And that is the concerns Obasanjo, former President Obasanjo raised. So this young man from Kano State has actually vindicated Obasanjo. So any other thing we get from the Senate, we are not going to believe it. So we need the Senate to come out and tell us this is how much we receive.
Why do you think they don't want to make that known or just open the lead on that?
Because Chomade know that they are not supposed to go home with that much. In the midst of the national crisis, the national poverty that we are facing. And they are taking away so much. And these are the same people in cohort with governors are not able to pay a minimum. They can't even encourage or pressure the governors to pay a minimum wage of 30,000 naira. So the whole thing is shrouded in profligacy, opacity, secrecy, and all of that. And that is not what we need in Nigeria now. We need a transparent National Assembly that is able, to represent the people appropriately. The 10th National Assembly has done in the past 13 months. I'm sure people will start shedding tears. It's quite unfortunate. So I'm happy that this young man has made a revelation, which I also said is very revealing. So I expect the civil society organizations to take up this, take it up from there. Put pressure on the Senate. Please let us know how much you go home with at the end of the month. And do you actually deserve such huge remunerations, considering, like I said, the national crisis that has enveloped us?
Do you think this revelation is enough to pressure the senators to
It is more than
reduce the
enough.
amount?
It is more than enough. Even without this revelation, the civil society organizations, Nigerians should put the feet under the fire of the Senate, because it is very clear, very apparent that they are self-serving. They are not doing the job they were sent there to do. I don't even want to talk about the leadership of the National Assembly, both the House of Representatives and our very, very able Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. I don't want to delve into that because it's another conversation altogether.
And when even if you say you don't want to talk about the leadership of the National Assembly, one would say, aren't there mechanisms that can actually be put in place to make sure that this is not happening? Because if the senators are hiding it, it means there is an element of illegality in it. Like you've said, pocketing even constituency funds and monies meant for aids that are non-existent. How come they're able to do all of this and spread their wings and spread their tentacles even into places where it's not supposed to get to?
Choma,
what are the mechanisms for accountability?
Choma, put the fire under their feet, put pressure on them. That is, Pharaoh was asked, why did you turn to a tyrant? Pharaoh said, because no one stopped me. They asked him, Egyptians asked him, why did you turn to a tyrant? He said, because no one stopped him. Right. So if Nigerians don't stop NAS from this profligacy and from all of this impunity, it's going to continue.
I want to look at another angle of this. So much of these revelations and many criticisms have been coming from the camp of northern senators, right? We have from Senator Ali Ndume, who had to be stepped down as chief whip of the Senate. It was given in that position that he refused. And other senators as well who have criticized the president, who have come out, and it doesn't all go well. When you look at it, there's been a trend of northern senators recently making one revelation or the other that shakes the leadership and makes Nigerians ask questions about what's going on up there.
Okay, Choma, it's quite controversial, being that all this while, in the 8 years that President Buhari was, Muhammad Buhari was president, we didn't get all these forceful reactions, except the one from Shehu, Sani, But again, I like to look at it from the other angle. The North is suddenly, for the sake of being modest, waking from its slumber. If you look at
very, very, very beautiful scene that we don't see and we don't hear and we don't understand. When we talk, I don't know why people don't want to listen. This is the same Nigeria they are telling you that their problem is Simon Ekpa, that their problem is your freedom, that their problem is Nnamdi Kanu. That is why till now we are here. They have continued to suppress, intimidate, oppress. I don't say marginalization because we are not marginalized. We were minused. we were all minors. Like it or leave it. You were minors. We have been minors. You have never been involved. You have never been included. You are not one of them. You have never been one of them. If you think you have been one of them, show me when you were included. When were you ever included as one of them? You were never included as one of them. You were never part of anything Nigeria before. And today, it is surprising that people just woke up to say, hey, my Nigeria, this, that. It was never your Nigeria. So stop deceiving yourself. Look for your country. Nigeria is not your country. And the owners of the land or country called Nigeria are telling you, look for your country. You don't belong to the same place with these people. That is why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have been warning, telling you, calling you to rise and know what you are looking for. Know who you are. Know your true, real identity. They told you that Nnamdi Kanu is evil. Nnamdi Kanu is not telling you the truth. Nnamdi Kanu is lying. Nnamdi Kanu is preaching fake or lies. But rather, Nnamdi Kanu have told you the truth and continue to tell you the truth. Even from behind the bars, he has been telling you the truth. And he is still telling you the truth. Repent and leave. You say no. By this time, why would anybody not want to fight for this Biafra to come? Why would anybody not want to support this Biafra coming? Will you choose to remain in this damnation as a nation? They shockalize me that people are refusing to accept the reality, to see the truth, and to believe the truth. They shock me. They surprise me. Now, as if that is not enough, I don't know where is this Tony Elumelu. Where is Tony Elumelu? We will listen to a lot of news today. I think this should be Tony Elumelu.
On you, Roche, bought things.
That NNPC have spent on refineries since then. To me,
in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital.
when I was president, I went and called Shell. I said, Shell, look, come and help us. On the refinery, take part. You can take 10%, you can take 20%. Let's come and help. They said no. They said to me, the corruption along the refinery, they did not want to get involved.
Are you getting the message? Obasanjo is telling you that during his tenure, he went to Shell and called Shell, please come and take over our refinery. Let us bargain. So we will move on. So our refinery will begin to yield, bring something. Shell said, no, we are not coming in. Why? He asked, they tell him, because the corruption, the evil, the thief, the criminalization, evilization, Boko Haramization, intimidation, funalization is too much. You get the message? Shall say no? Nigeria is a country where nobody wants to get involved unless you are part of evil. Imagine calling Shell, come and take over my refineries. Tell me your conditions. Give me your bid. They said, no, we don't want, because your country is corrupted. In short, the name of your country, you don't have country, you have corruption as your land. This is what Shell told Obasanjo during his tenure. And you are waiting. Listen, we have told you that Nigeria is a place you cannot build, you cannot rebuild, you cannot amend, you cannot reconstruct. So when people are telling you, we will amend the constitution, we will rebuild the constitution, we are building. When I told you that your refineries, nothing happened to them. They were purposely abandoned and pushed into destruction. Then they get roasted. Listen, this is a very well orchestrated evil designed, because they know that when the refinery is being abandoned for at least 5 years, the pipes will get rusted. And when the pipe will get rusted, you cannot use them again. You have to begin from beginning to change all the pipes. And you know what that means? It will be worse for you to do that. It will be better for you to go and build new refineries. And when they look, that is why every year they tell you, we have put $100 billion in Port Harcourt refinery. It will begin to produce. Who tell you so? It doesn't work, because it will never. Listen, bet me, Warri refinery is going to begin work tomorrow. Production start. Where is it going to happen? It never happens. Nothing in Nigeria works. Only destruction. Destruction is the only thing that is working. So why are you building what they are destroying? The people that are supposed to be building are destroyers. So why are you killing yourself? If you want to help them, they destroy you inclusively. The only way out is free. Just the only way out is out. The only way out of evil, penury, destruction, evilization, Boko Haramization in Nigeria is out. That's the only way out is out. Short. There is just out. Walk out. And that is why we want freedom today. Give anybody in Nigeria to manage, unless the person is interested in stealing. The only people that are coming to manage Nigeria are people that are thieves. No good man will want to be a part of any. That is why when Tinubu called one man, a Biafra man, to come and one business mogue tycoon to come and manage, be a board of central bank, he said, me, I don't want to involve myself. Oh, is there? The man said, no, I don't want to involve myself in anything in Nigeria. My private business is okay for me. Unless you are ready to loot. If you are not ready to loot, don't go close to Nigeria. Don't be part of anything happening to Nigeria. Listen.
Some Nigerians got together. They pay 750 million. I said, God has sent this one. My successor said, he turned it down. I ran to him and I said, look, you know this is not right. He said, well, NNPC said they can do it. I said, NNPC cannot do it. NNPC, I think you are investigating $1.5 billion that NNPC has spent on refineries since then, and the refineries will not work. But I told my successor that the refineries, from what I have heard and know, will not work. And when you want to sell it, you will not get anybody to buy it for $200 million as scrap. And that is the situation we are in now. So why do we do this type of thing to ourselves? NNPC knew that they cannot. But they knew that they can eat and carry on with the corruption that was going on in NNPC.
All right. Obasanjo there has spoken very well. This weekend I called him an elder spokesman. He's spoken for the elders and for the nation. Great elder speaks.
You see, what Obasanjo have told you here is that Nigeria have no solution. In case you don't know, Obasanjo have made it clear that Nigeria have no solution. There is no way you can manage Nigeria. The only thing you will see people do is destroy Nigeria. I'm telling you the truth. Obasanjo is confessing to you that Nigeria have no future. That is what he's telling you. When the only option left for Nigeria is loot, and loot. Even if it means going to borrow and get the money looted, they will do it. And that is what they're doing now. They have looted and looted. Do you know that the oil Nigeria gets from Biafra land today, the oil have been sold in advance? You don't know that? The oil Nigeria is getting today have been sold in advance. That's, they don't get paid for the countries that come to take their oil, because they have borrowed from these people, so they are now paying them back with oil. I'm not talking of Julius Berger own. Julius Berger is there making their own daily. They are making their feeding bottle is running. All the construction they did in Abuja, you have never paid. All the road they are building in the northern area, you have not paid, and you cannot finish paying. So the oil is going steadily going. The other countries, you borrowed money, they are milking. China, all of them. And let me tell you, what they are milking is not their money. They are making only the interest from the money they lend to you. The main money, the cocoa, nobody has started touching the cocoa. You are only trying to service the debt by paying the interest, by paying what comes on top every month. So tell me, a country that borrows to steal from the borrow. Listen, Nigeria borrows money and they still thief the money, join them to serve. If they borrow $100 billion today, they go take the $100 billion share among themselves. And yet it is in record that they have borrowed money. What are they doing with the money? They share among themselves. Nigeria don't borrow money to build industries. They borrow money to pay salary. Nigeria don't borrow money to build hospital. They borrow to pay salary. They borrow to pay salaries to the senators. Nigeria don't borrow money to build schools. They borrow to buy private jet. They borrow to buy presidential jet. They borrow to increase their salaries. Nigeria don't borrow money to build infrastructures. Nothing. They only borrow to steal. I never see. Nigeria is the only country that will go and borrow money. And when the money comes, they will steal the money. To the point they have borrowed and borrowed and borrowed. They did not know that borrowing money from Samoa is signing that contract. Open check. They will tell you their laws tomorrow. And they have signed it. Samoa agreement is agreement that any day they wake up, they might give you a new law. And you sign, but they have taken the money. That is what you don't know. Where did Obasanjo get the money? Where did the Tinubu get the money he used to buy the presidential jet? You don't ask questions. With other things they have done. What do you call him? Shetima presidential villa too. Shetima owned presidential villa. Where did you get the money you used to? You don't know. Samoa agreement have been signed. They did not withdraw from it. Don't worry. You that is God is good. Worry, God is good, of course. If you don't fight to get to the goodness of God, you will get to the badness of Satan. You know, no say Satan get bad side of himself. Continue.
Speech right there. But he said a lot of things during that interview with members of the House of Representatives. He also talked about the characters that are in leadership. He said they should be arrested. But I love the point, the point that he made about NNPC not working. He was the president at the time. He said that he met with Shell, and they gave him 5 good reasons why they wouldn't partner with, or work with the refineries. One is that, they're too small. And he also talked about the fact that the corruption within the NNPC is just too much for them to, work with. But I think you saw this story. We saw this tweet that was quite viral. I would like to pull it up before our next story. This is from Nigeria Stories. They tweeted just in: Port Harcourt refinery to produce 12 million liters of petrol daily. It will begin operations this month. And there was a response right there. Is the refinery aware? I thought that was so funny. Is the refinery aware? Because we've been talking about this refinery. You made that mention last weekend when we highlighted Elumelu Kyari's story. You talked about the fact that when he was on the morning show, he said by August that the Port Harcourt refinery will be working. So we have 2 more weeks before that deadline, right? But let me take this before I take your comment. Well, this is all coming as the founder and chairman of Hess Holdings, Tony Elumelu, charged the federal government of Nigeria and security agents to disclose those who steal the country's crude oil. Elumelu made the comment in an interview published by the Financial Times. The businessman also disclosed how former President Muhammadu Buhari and his chief of staff, the late Abba Kyari, blocked him from purchasing an oil field in 2017 after raising $2.5 billion for the deal. Elumelu said that he was told Nigeria could not allow something of such strategic importance to fall into the hands of a private operator, which according to him defied logic, since he would have been purchasing the oil field from a foreign company, he said. He's also said that, the oil theft has contributed to the divestment of international oil companies in Nigeria. Let me just take his tweet, if we can pull up a statement from that Financial Times. Tony Elumelu said, "This is oil theft. We're not talking about stealing a bottle of Coke you can put in your pocket. The government should know. They should tell us. Look at America. Donald Trump was shot at, and quickly they knew the background of who shot him. Our security agencies should tell us who is stealing our oil. You bring vessels to our territorial waters, and we don't know." But, last month, actually, operatives of the Nigerian Navy ship Pathfinder uncovered over 200,000 liters of alleged illegally refined diesel at a private residence in Rivers State. Let's take a look.
It's not sacks of rice. It's liquid. Liquid is inside all of them. Come. You see? This is crude oil. This is crude oil. It's crude oil. So it's a major operation. It's ongoing. Massive operation. The Nigerian Navy, led by this man here, Commodore Desmond Igbo, is the commander of the Nigerian Navy ship Pathfinder. They discovered this place inside somebody's compound. Okay, you people tried. You people found this place. So they said they've arrested 2 people, and they are still trying to track down the other people because it's a massive operation that's ongoing here. Now look at this. You can see this is crude. Look at it. You see that? Everywhere. Massive operation ongoing here.
Now, this is where you see them. They will go and arrest the innocent people. Then the Alhaji, funeralized Alhaji, that is the owner of this criminal organization, nothing will happen to him. They have come to tell you now they have found it. Do you think a man that will barely pay his house rent is the owner of this business? No, think. Because when they come now, The real owners of this business are northerners. They come to our land, they deceive the poor people, and the army are working with them. This is the same thing that is happening in Uguta, happening in Okwama, happening in everywhere, even in Ogun State, Yoruba land, where they have oil. This is the same thing that happens. They have their own oil field, criminal oil field. Then they have these poor people that are working for them just to eat. When Nigeria go there, they will arrest these poor people and put them in dungeon and forget to catch the big men that are behind the scene. Because the big men are the same people that are sending the army to go and arrest them. You don't arrest the army that are involved in this thing. This is the same reason why the Nigeria deployed the army to go to Buta and they level down everybody. This is the same reason why Obasanjo sent the people to go to this community in Delta. Niger, what is I've forgotten the Obasanjo went and leveled down the community because the people said military should not come and they gang up against our land, stealing our oil. We get nothing. Obasanjo sent people to go and they level down the OD community. Thank you, no name. Thank you. OD community. You went and leveled the OD community down. You went and leveled Uguta community down. You went and leveled Okwama community down because they are telling you that military should not be coming to steal our oil, stealing our resources while our youth are hungry, while we are hungry, while we have nothing, while we are empty. We don't have school, we don't have light. You come here with your trucks, you steal our oil, you go away. And when the people revolt, you send bunch of military against the people of the community that are armless, unarmed, empty-handed. Military will go and confront them by leveling them down, as if you are fighting Ukrainian Russian war in a community without even a stake against you. Military leveling people, and you are bold to come and talk in the social media, in the news that the whole world listens. That is why I am telling. Go and watch that news yesterday. America is watching. The whole world is watching. The whole world are watching. Keep an eye in the coming days. Biafra restoration. Beautiful oil theft. Oil theft. This oil, listen. Those of you that don't know what is this oil theft, I want you to know that, like Tony Elumelu, I believe we are going to, they will show the video. Tony Elumelu is telling you, and it is true. I've been in Calabar. I've seen these people that come to do bunkering. They don't do bunkering with a bottle like this. No, they don't come do bunkering like this. They don't do bunkering with a small pickup. They do bunkering with a small tanker. They do bunkering with big tank. That is a ship in the water. Big tank. I don't know how to measure the quantity meters or these liters, but big one. A ship that will load about 100 containers will come. I just want you to understand the number of. Go to Calabar, go to Port Harcourt, find out, to Bonicap, find out. It's not, they will come in broad daylight and they make the oil and go away. And you will hear from people around there, these ones are illegal. They will come and make it, they will go. Is it not in the same Nigeria that we saw pipe that went into Atlantic Ocean and they are telling you that this is illegal bunkering? Where did that pipe went to? Who led the pipe? The people that led the pipe, did they lead the pipe spiritually? and yet you have military mounting blocks everywhere. You come to gag my people, you come to monitor my people, you come to block my people's freedom. They don't have freedom of movement, they don't have freedom of speech in my land, yet you still won't belong to me and you don't want me to talk. Listen to them.
Kudos to the Nigerian Navy right there, Rufai.
Truth has to be said, don't you? You see, tie all these stories together, they're connected one way or the other.
Of course.
Prior to this time, there have been forces that do not want Nigeria to do well. Some of them external, but they are in close connivance with local forces because of the greed. It's not today it started happening. You think the colonial masters just colonized us? What about the people that sold their own brothers for Schnapp and Mirror? That's what's happening all over again. Obasanjo and that refinery, he called NNPC, he called Shell. Shell wouldn't touch it because they knew it was a cesspit of corruption with the NNPC. Guess what? He finally sold it to Dangote. When Dangote said he was going to revamp it, those same people connived to just tell Yaradua that they can fix it. All this while they've been collecting money, they've not fixed it. Now, they've already collected another 1 billion to service it again, or $1 or $2 billion. Nothing is coming out of it. We're still waiting for them. They said this month. So that cycle of corruption continues.
Now, this $1.2 billion is for this year. I'm not telling you, it's not the one they collected last year. No year passes by, they don't collect billions. And it's dollar, not naira. Billions of dollars. And then go and find out who are the people behind collection and the refunded, rebuilding or restructuring or putting the refinery in order. And which refinery are they talking about? It's either Port Harcourt refinery or Warri refinery. Always trying to put them in order, always trying to put the maintenance to bring them to order. Who are the people? Fulanese. The people on top of these are Fulanese. They will collect the money every year, they will not do anything. Maybe Adamu Shiroma will collect this year, last year, 4 years, and at the end of 4 years, Adamu Shiroma will not come out with anything tangible. They will say, okay, one Alhaji Yahaya will come out and say, aha, I have solution. Don't worry. We are going to build, let us abandon Port Harcourt refinery for now. Let us focus on Warri refinery. They will award Alhaji Yahaya contract of $30 billion. 30 billion United States dollars, not Ghana dollars. United States dollars, 30 billion, not million, billion. And when they awarded this to Alhaji Yahaya will not do anything. They will share the money and go home and sleep. At the end of that year, they will say, Alhaji Yahaya did not do anything after promising. Okay, Musa Ismaila will come out in 2024 and said, I'm giving you assurance because Warri refinery cannot for now produce. Let us quickly build the one of Port Harcourt. Instead of spending that $30 billion in Warri, let us just spend 21 billion in Port Harcourt. It will yield immediately. And the contract of 22 billion will be awarded to one Alhaji Ismaila Musa. And at the end, Musa is telling you, this week it will produce. And this week will come. He said, no, there's more maintenance. And next week, this is what they have been dragging you from January. Remember, the contract they awarded to rebuild or reconstruct the Warri refinery and the Port Harcourt refinery last year. They told you by December it is going to work. After they said January, after January, those ones. And none of them have been brought to book. Obasanjo is coming now to paint the whole thing to seem as if he is the good man. Obasanjo is the evil man in it. He is one of them. When Shell told Obasanjo that the corruption in your NNPC is evil, did Obasanjo arrest anybody? Did Obasanjo court arrest the people of what do you call them, NNPC? Did he arrest the chairman NNPC, Nupeng, Pegasus? Did he touch anybody? No, because him too, he get his own bomb shit dey inside. All of them are committed in doing evil. That is why I tell you, the only people that are interested in the rulership of Nigeria are the people that are criminals. All of them, if you like, listen, let me tell you, if you like, you be a pastor. If you like, you claim to be Jesus Christ. In as much as you are interested in Nigerian government, you are coming to tell us you will build Nigeria. You are a looter, because they are all looters that are coming. No say, listen, anybody without evil mind, without the spirit of looting Nigeria, will not want to have anything to do with Nigerian government. Everybody you see there, if you like, let your brother be there, let your mama, your papa be there. They are all criminals. I'm telling you, they are all criminals and oppressors, looters everywhere. You can't get a simple one person that is sincerely trying to build anything. All of them, forget them. Nobody. Listen.
And those that want to do it, they will not allow them to do it. People like Dangote that because of that, now said I will go build my own refinery. They are frustrating him. This was the same NNPC that said, okay, we'll take 20% equity. Part of the equity was supposed to also be ensuring that Dangote gets crude. And there are laws on ground. But you can see the frustrating process the man is going through now. See, I'm not saying Dangote doesn't have his own problems. I'm not saying anybody is a saint in this country. But can we allow, at least let this man work for the interests of Nigerians? Can we allow this refinery to get to the...
What, you see, one problem with these people you call newsmen, or they will sit down in a condition room and they will analyze what they don't know. What are you calling Dangote to come and they bring for you? Dangote, this is the same way you and Obasanjo gathered. Dangote will give us rice. He brought rice. You allow him, he monopolized rice, Dangote rice, Semovita, Dangote yam, Dangote milk, Dangote whatever, Bombita, Dangote everything. Then what happened? Are you buying them today? Can you afford them today? No, you can. Dangote made rice unaffordable. Dangote made cement unaffordable. You are not talking about it. Una they cry now, Dangote will do fellow will become 100 naira per pump. 100 naira per pump, 500 naira per pump. Let us give Dangote. This is the same way all these fools we are crying. Dangote cement will be the best. Dangote will make sure everybody build. Dangote said, if I will manage cement, if you make me the sole seller, producer, importer of cement, I will make sure that everybody have a house. Have you forgotten? Go and wash. And then, what is his name? Obasanjo, not Obasanjo. IBB told you it's a vision house for everybody by 2020. They think 2020 will not come. 2020 has come and gone. Today, you can't even buy a bag of cement. I remember when my papa was selling cement, one bag of cement for 200 naira. They get the one they call Ego cement. I remember Achaka. Achaka cement is about 170 naira or 100 and 2 naira, not 100. 2 naira, 2 naira per bag of cement. 1 naira 70 kobo for Achaka cement. It's like Ego cement was the best then. Ego cement is 2 naira. And they get the one they call Nkalago cement. Yeah. I was very small. When my papa go leave the shop and say he want go buy something, he go tell you the prices. make you in the corner. I remember all these things until Dangote came into the scene. All this meant, Piam, Ibeto came say, I will make sure. They say, Ibeto, shut up. Obasanjo say, Igbo man, go and die. No, you will die. We want to frustrate people. And they are frustrating you. Nobody is even protesting that Dangote is killing them. They are today protesting that Dangote is giving them life. Dangote is, you think Dangote is fighting for you? Let Dangote get hold of this petroleum. You will know what he will deal with you, how he will deal with you. He got rice. He got the sole producer or sole importation of rice. He dealt with you. He got the sole importation of cement. He dealt with you. Everything. I remember when one Igbo man imported Indomie in the 90s, late 90s. Obasanjo seized the Indomie and destroyed it, because Dangote wanted to be kingdom everywhere. Today he is fighting to become the kingdom. He is crying everywhere. Hey, I know some people hate that. Dangote have come to love them more now, because he's telling them some people have crude oil. The people tell you that the fuel they are buying is not okay. They're telling you it's costly. They're telling you it's costly. This is why when you listen to all these things, when you listen to all these things and you still want Nigeria, you are not interested in a way out. You are not interested in freedom. I don't know what to tell you. Even if you're a Yoruba man and you still love this thing going, playing, have you wondered why Dangote went to Lagos to build the refinery? Have you wondered why? You don't wonder why. You don't reason. As a Biafran you are, the big for buffon balloon, overwatered balloon called Asari Dokubo, don't even know why, because he don't care. He's not giving that small chicken change. He is satisfied. Anybody can go to hell. Why is it that despite all the empty land in Calabar, in Port Harcourt, in Abia, in Rivers, in Imo, in Delta, in Edo, in even Aushi area, there are a lot of land. He abandoned them and go to Lagos. Piam! For the oil you will get from Biafra land, you went to. They know what they are doing, but you don't know what they are doing. You are just mumuli following them. And when we tell you, you say we are wasting our time. You know that why would this man leave Biafra land where he is do you know that he have to construct his own pipe from Lagos to wherever he is getting his oil from, whether it's in what do you call it, in Rivers, Imo, Abia, Delta, anywhere his oil is going there. He have his pipe. So what stops him from building in that place, so that the oil will be just from here to here? Because he don't want to invest anything that you would benefit from. No, you can never benefit anything. Listen, these people have denied the people of Biafra everything. Even the things that belong to the people of Biafra were denied to them. You were not allowed. Look at Elumelu crying that even the oil in your land, the Elumelu is from Delta, I believe. From Delta. Even the oil in his land, he was denied access to oil field. Despite he has met the demand to pay the $22 billion required of him to pay before he will be allocated oil field. After that, he was told no. They are crying Dangote to
Light of day, you can see all sorts of people talking everywhere. It's because of their own interests. I am talking about the interest of Nigeria. How can we ensure that we have local refining?
You that is calling Dangote to come and take over. Why is it that your own refinery is not working? Obasanjo have told you that corruption has said, you think Dangote is decent? Dangote is sent now. You don't, you know the problem of these people, they don't think of yesterday. Immediately today is come, they forget yesterday. Immediately tomorrow is come, they forget today. This is these people. That is why they will tell you now, Jonathan is the best man. They tell you, oh, even Buhari is a saint. Let Buhari come and take over. Tomorrow, by the time Tinubu will leave the Nigerian government and the Shetima, they will say, no, Tinubu should come back. Tinubu is the holy man. People that do not reason, they only talk from their eyes. They do not reason. Dangote is a cent now. How much are you buying a bag of cement? Is it the same thing it is sold in other African countries? Or other African countries? Are you buying a bag of rice for 100,000 naira in Ghana? Are you buying a bag of cement for 50,000 naira in Ghana? Dangote is a cent. Let him get this oil. I pray. Let him get it today before Biafra comes. So that under 1 month you will see that you will buy a pump for 2,000 naira. Blind people.
That's the most important thing. See the illegal refining going on in rivers. See what is happening to Elumelu saying crude oil theft. Is it angels from the sky that are coming to steal the crude oil?
Yeah.
You think people don't know what it is? But you see, when you have a country where special interest is over the interest of Nigerians, the country can never grow. All of a sudden, these people are so high and mighty, you can't bring them down all this while. Tantita has tried. The Navy will make effort and everything, but it continues. So there is something definitely wrong. It also ties around the international dimension. Look at David Owudeyi talking over the weekend. So there's also an international dimension to all of these things.
That's the point.
And let me tell you something. Except we sort out the greed of those that connive with the external forces, Nigeria will never move forward.
Right.
Many years down the line, we'll keep talking about these issues, like we've been talking about refining for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Elumelu's statement where he said, I mean, we're not talking about a bottle of Coke here. We're talking about crude oil theft. How can we be a thriving nation if our, oil keeps getting stolen in the manner that we saw in Rivers State, just in that video right there? But Rufai has mentioned David Hundeyin. We saw that story of investigative journalist David Hundeyin. He had put out a statement saying a London-based NGO was attempting to bribe him to vilify the Dangote refinery. Well, let me read some excerpts of his statement there. He wrote, last week, I received an 800,000 naira offer from an international NGO to write an article essentially saying that Dangote refinery is terrible for the environment because of environmental concerns. Prove the refinery being made. I mean, we've been talking about dream killers here. I would also refer again to Tony Elumelu's statement where he said, former President Muhammadu Buhari and, his former, his soul rest in peace, Abba Kyari, stopped his deal at that time, $2.5 billion in 2017. Imagine. And it was that he was going to be buying it from a foreign company, not a Nigerian company. What was that excuse for? But it's also good for everybody to keep speaking. Atiku Abubakar, former vice president, has also warned against any deliberate attempts to delay the progress of the Dangote refinery, hailing it as a significant private sector project positioned to meet the country's energy and foreign exchange needs. Atiku, in a post on X, called on all Nigerians to take resolute actions to provide reassurance that both internal and external forces are not collaborating to prevent us from reaping the benefits promised by this eagerly anticipated transformative endeavor. I mean, I think Atiku really summed it up. I mean, the Dangote refinery absolutely continues to need support from Nigerians and Africans at large. Well, in the same vein, Nigeria's largest airline, Air Peace, is still being denied slot at the Heathrow Airport. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, on August 1st, lodged a formal complaint with the UK Secretary of State for Transport, warning that if Air Peace is not allocated a space at the London Heathrow Airport, Nigeria will be forced to reciprocate by denying British Airways and Virgin Atlantic slots at the Lagos and Abuja airports. Keyamo, in a letter, reminded the UK that both British Airways and Virgin Atlantic are operating into Nigeria's primary airports in Lagos and Abuja without encumbrances placed in their way. Let me read the excerpt of his letter there. Keyamo wrote, British Airways, in particular, has been flying into Lagos since 1936. Therefore, it is necessary for Nigerian designated carriers to enjoy similar reciprocity that British carriers are enjoying. It is highly unfair on the side of the British authorities and a discredit to the Nigerian authorities and the Nigerian nation as a whole for slot allocation to Nigerian carriers to be an issue at all times. We feel totally betrayed by the British authorities for not reciprocating the good gesture of the Nigerian state and its people. Well, also kudos to the Minister of Aviation. He has always stood for our Nigerian carrier. I mean, this is appalling, appalling. At this time, Air Peace is still waiting for, slots to Heathrow Airport, but they are getting all our slots in our
It's funny, very, very laughable. You're waiting for slot. Are you supposed to wait for slot? You think this is just because there is no space, no slot, vacant? No. Because you are not a Funane man. You are Allen Onyema, not Ismaila Ibrahim. But you fail to understand this because you are a Nigerian. But you fail to get this message clear. When you don't know your problem, when you don't know where your problem is coming from, is when you have the biggest problem. That is it. Ali Nonyema failed to understand that. Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry, my people, no verse for me. I am saying that Allen Onyema failed to understand that he is not a Nigerian. Allen Onyema failed to understand that Nigeria is not his own. He is not even part of it. He can never be. The reason why he is not getting a slot and we never get, you see this thing Kayamo is doing is just to tell you that he is working. The truth is that Kayamo know why Allen Onyema is not getting a slot. Kayamo Festus, Kayamo knows why Allen Onyema is not getting a slot. And me and you know why. It's not because his flight is not good. It's not because his flight is bad. It's not because there is no space, no slot. No. If a Fulani man will buy aeroplane or a Yoruba man will become an aviation transport today, will own an aviation transport today to manage it and go to London, he will get space, he will get slot. Nobody will stop him. But because your name is Allen Onyema, you are not Ismaila Mohammed. You are not Yusuf Ali. You are not Dangote. You think if Dangote want to go into airspace today, air transport today, he will be suffering what Allen Onyema is on? No. No. If Allen Onyema happens to be a Ghanaian, he would have been in top of the world. By now, his flight would have been seen as the same way you see Ethiopian Airline, the same way you see British KLM, all this, because his flight met every requirement he needed. But he cannot move on because he is a Biafran man. And the painful part of it is that Allen Onyema failed to see and to understand that he is a Biafran man. I beg, like this video for me. I will end this program here. I want us to know that this Biafra is no longer a Biafra you can wake up and decide to betray. If you are in the government and you are tired, you walk away. You cannot betray. Days are gone when Biafra was a group of people, an organization of people. It's no longer a group of people. It's no longer an organization. This is what they did to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that kept Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in one spot. They keep betraying, blackmailing him, sabotaging him. He wanted to go into government. He was blackmailed. He was sabotaged. He was, hey, Chineke mera yebere. Listen, if you don't understand it, you lose it. Biafra is now a nation, not an organization. A nation. Let me see where your blackmailing will lead you to. Our hands off here. If you are not supporting Biafra, welcome. Start supporting now. It depends me, oh Gaga. Like this video for me, and we'll see you later in the evening. Bye for now.